Alright guys, so Team Gojo is finally here now, so let's do a summoning video for him. Now this is not on my main account. On my main account I still haven't decided on whether I want to pull for him or not. Like he's a very good character, but I already have Incomplete Domain Megumi and also Nobara, so I'm not like really desperate for a yellow DPS, and I can get past a lot of the tower floor without that yellow DPS anyway. So I haven't decided whether I want to pull on him or not. If I do, I'll probably make another summoning video for him, like towards the end of the banner when I actually made up my mind. But anyway, he's a hyper character, so we have to do a summoning video for him, and that's kind of why I am on my alt account, which does have 69k cubes because, well, I haven't spent it on anything. So yeah, so let's see whether we can actually get him lucky. I mean, this is almost enough to pity anyway, and we do have the 10 free ticket, so you know, I'm sure I can get him on this account. It's just, you know, how long is it going to take, whether I'll have anything else left for the future characters. But anyway, let's do the summon first. So let's do a temple and see whether we get any luck with it. Okay, doesn't look like there's gonna be anything. Yeah. Okay, there's a memory. But yeah, that is it. Let's do another one. Okay, so dive into cubes now. Let's see how many motifs it's gonna take us. Looks pretty average. No black flash, no curse energy whatsoever. So yeah. Okay, let's do it again. It's been such a long time since I've done any summoning. I mean, last time I was sort of busy doing U-turn Geto, but that's just the way this game is. Like, you have to save up for the good characters because you can't guarantee pity otherwise. Yep, once again nothing. Oh, this is just bring back the horror of summoning on this game. Once again nothing. Yep, absolutely nothing. Let's continue. Okay, good. There's curse energy there. But doesn't mean anything. Okay, let's continue. How many has it been? Like, it has been... So I got SSR on the first pool, so it has been 40 summons without any SSR so far. Doesn't look like there's anything either. Yeah. Oh, was that a character or memory? Didn't catch that. Let's see. It's a character, best friend Todo. Okay, never mind. I don't even know what I've told on this account. I already have told on this account, but okay, no point there. Let's continue. So there's 2 SSR out of what? 60 pools so far? Oh, surprise, nothing again. Let's see. I'm really glad this is not on my main account now. Oh, curse energy. That looks like a reflection, right? I feel that's a reflection. Yeah, it's reflection. I mean, this is the banner one, so that's a new one. But it only works on yellow DPS, and I have no yellow DPS on this account, I don't think so. So we still need to go for that Gojo. Let's see, another curse energy. Good. Oh, character, come on, let's do it. Okay, Team Gojo, nice, nicely done. Okay, I actually have a Team Gojo now, which is nice, because I do kind of need him to showcase some content anyway, especially with the Jogo illusory realm right now. I do need like a Gojo just to demonstrate that, you know, how to beat it with it. I will obviously try to do one without Gojo as well, but no, I'm glad with that. That's not too bad. It's 90 summons, 10 with the free multi, so only 80 of my cubes. Still have 45k left for other hidden inventory if I want to, but yeah, that's good. Okay, now since we already have Gojo, let's just do a quick overview of what are his kit and how should you actually play him. Now, I may actually release a much more in-depth guide on how to play him correctly in the future, but normally for those kind of in-depth review or guides on characters, I tend to do them like at least 2 or 3 weeks after the character has been released, just so that I'll have the actual time to try him out in very different combat, in the harder content such as the tower mode, etc., and actually find out all of those tips and tricks before sharing it with you guys. So that's kind of why if you want the full in-depth version, you probably have to wait for another 2 3 weeks at minimum. However, in this video, I'm just going to give you enough ideas on how to actually play him to get you guys started. Okay, so the biggest thing you want to know about this Team Gojo is that he's going to be different to other versions of Gojo in the sense that he doesn't have to leave the battlefield after 7 turns. Now, obviously, as a trade-off, you can't have the attack nullification for the whole time because otherwise, like he would never leave the battlefield and he wouldn't ever take damage. That would just be way too broken as a character, right? So instead, the passive now is that you would only be having attack nullification to yourself for 2 turns at the start of battle. However, don't worry too much about this because what can actually happen is that you can just actually apply this instead, which basically apply attack nullification to yourself. And basically, the idea is that even though he won't have this on himself by default the whole duration of the battle, you can always go back and apply this onto yourself to make sure you are able to be immune to damages, etc. Now, you will also notice there's this bit about applying damage taken increase to yourself, which you may feel like that looks a bit stupid because you already being immune to attacks already, right? The main idea behind this is that if the enemy do actually use domain expansion, which basically guarantee their attacks will hit you, then you will be end up taking a lot of damage as a result of that. So you do still have to be somewhat mindful of this aspect. The other nice thing about this attack is that it's also able to give yourself a bit of a buff. Now, this buff doesn't look like much when you first take a look at it. It's only 5%, but don't worry about that because the second time you are going to use it, so basically when this has already been used, what you're going to have is that you will be disclosing the curse technique. And this is actually insane because now this is going to change to a 53.2% damage dealt, which is absolutely amazing, and it can last for 4 turns as well as increasing crit rate. And also this, by the way, this is only at level 1, okay? I haven't even leveled up this skill. So the damage dealt or the damage buff, this is going to give you is absolutely insane. So you should definitely be using this as much as possible before you're using your ultimate attack. So from this aspect, I guess you can think of it, you play him in the same way as how you play Blue Gojo. So before you actually use your special attack, you actually use this for 4 solid turns beforehand. And yeah, so basically you use this for 4 solid turns, and then that allows you to actually charge up your of your damage dealing buff, etc., and then nuke with your AoE ultimate attack. So that's the main idea. Now, the other nice thing I guess with this character is also his skill 1, which is basically able to apply taunt, and this is nice because for the first 2 turns you are basically going to have attack nullification by default, right? So what you can actually do is you can use this on the first 1 or 2 turns to make sure you're making the most out of his passive, and also this helps to increase your ultimate gauge, which then actually allow you to charge up your ult in order to ready for it to be released on like 10-6 or 10-7. So that's something you want to do. Now, the only bad thing about this one is that this is a hybrid attack. So basically you do physical technique and also curse technique, which basically means it would eat up 1 stack of pride if that is the recollection you want to equip. So if that's actually going to be the case, what you probably want to do is either only use this once or don't use it at all, and then just go straight into his skill to just keep on buffing so that you can stack up your pride to twice before then actually using this. So that's basically the main idea. Now, his skill 3 is also a decent attack, but it's more of a debuff. So vast majority of the time, I don't think you will be using it much unless you actually have trouble surviving. But even when you have trouble surviving, the idea is that, you know, if you actually have trouble surviving, why don't you just taunt them so they actually end up attacking you rather than trying to decrease their damage output, right? So unless basically the enemy's going to do like a massive AoE, which is capable of wiping you out, otherwise I don't think there's going to be too much need of using his skill 3. You vast majority of the time will be using his skill 1 instead. Well, actually no, skill 3 do have a higher base of damage as well. So this is 260 base curse technique. This is only 125 plus 95, so this is only 210. So yeah, so this is able to give slightly higher damage output and also that debuff, but vast majority of the time I'll probably recommend using skill 1 once or twice depending on what recollection you're using, or maybe not at all, and then basically just goes on to like consistently back to back buffing yourself and then basically nuke with your ultimate attack.